Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that dominates in today's edition for Thursday, 3rd July 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. Police in the Bahamas made an important drugs, arms and ammunition find. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The hurricane season is now upon us, so we as Caribbean people need to remember to think safety and be prepared. Avoid venturing outside during a storm or hurricane, especially if there are strong winds. Rooftops and other debris are often blown about and can cause great damage.
Welcome back. Corvell Python of ZNS News reports police major drugs, arms and ammunition find in the Bahamas.
The firearms, marijuana and ammunition were seized in a single operation this past Friday. And while police are holding the details of that operation close to the vest tonight, they were more than happy to show off what it yielded earlier today. Police Commissioner Shanton Knowles made no bones about showing off what she considers a considerable find for law enforcement. A joint operation with police and customs, netting more than 24 illegal firearms, many of them high-powered weapons with the potential to cause considerable damage and harm, ammunition, and thousands of dollars worth, as well as marijuana. The operation started Friday afternoon and ended soon after, the commissioner telling the press late Monday afternoon that at least one person is in custody.
Around 3 p.m., we began the operation, and shortly before 5 p.m., we stopped a vehicle in the western portion of New Providence. Upon searching that vehicle, which contained a number of household appliances, we found what you see here today.
The contents were hidden in household appliances like stoves, refrigerators, microwaves, and others.
In this haul, we have 25 weapons that were recovered. 2 of them are revolvers, 11 of them are pistols, 1 of which is a ghost gun, 12 of them are rifles, 9 of which are ghost guns, and of course 29 magazines.
The ammunition seized totals more than 5,000 rounds.
240 rounds of .40 ammunition, 3,081 rounds of .9 millimeter ammunition, 837 rounds of 7.62 ammunition, 50 rounds of 38 ammunition, and 143 rounds of 300 ammunition.
The commissioner stressing just how potentially lethal these weapons could have been if in the wrong hands.
We don't need these kinds of weapons on our street because they will certainly continue to create fear and can, if in the hands of the wrong people and in places where there are large crowds, can cause plenty havoc.
There was also a substantial seizure of marijuana in that same operation. 44
packages of suspected marijuana with a total weight of 49.6 pounds with a street value of $198.
Commissioner Knowles using what we saw here today as a chance to say to would-be criminals and criminals that believe that they can smuggle illegal firearms and drugs into the country, 2 words: think again. Reporting from police headquarters for the Bahamas Today, I'm Corval Pyfrom. Let's go back in studio to you.
In other news, the 2025 United States International Narcotics Control Strategy Report has once again spotlighted gold smuggling in Guyana, linking it to money laundering and the alleged financial support of undemocratic regimes, including that of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Travis Chase of HGP Nightly News reports.
The 2025 United States International Narcotics Control Strategy Report did say that gold smuggling in Guyana often facilitates money laundering, as criminals use illegal gold sales to disguise illicit funds by passing regulations. Nightly News back in April reported that it is still unclear as to what extent Venezuelan gold is entering the Guyanese supply chain or vice versa. Once again, the United States has warned the Ali-led regime about gold being smuggled through Guyana to help finance the Nicolas Maduro-led regime. In light of this, the United States once again has put the Guyana government on notice.
And we have received that advisory today, and we want you to know that we are putting enormous resources into ensuring that the threat of illicit gold smuggling that can help to empower or safeguard undemocratic forces are uprooted.
The president was at the time addressing an American embassy reception to mark the United States' 249th independence anniversary. There are reports of gold from Venezuela being smuggled into Guyana. A few licensed gold dealers and traders would then be contacted and instructed to reduce the 98% purity gold from Venezuela by mixing it with Guyana's gold. Some of those gold bars are then sold to the Guyana Gold Board, while some are prepared for export to different repositories, especially in the Middle East.
Only today, the U.S. reminded all of its partners about the serious threat with Venezuela as it relates to gold smuggling.
The United States report did highlight that in Guyana's mining sector, money laundering methods include large cash deposits using forged agreements of sale for non-existent precious minerals, as well as cross-border transport of concealed precious metals to avoid payment of the relevant taxes and duties. Most recently, businessman Nizar Mohammed had raised the issue of men dressed in military uniform buying and selling gold on behalf of the Nicolas Maduro regime. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
President Ali clashes with reporters over claims of using state funds to smear Azruddin Mohammed. Travis Chase of HGP Nightly News reports.
President Irfan Ali on Tuesday quickly grew hot under the collar when he was confronted by journalists on why his government is using state resources to attack his political opponents. In this case, his longtime friend, now political foe, Azruddin Mohammed.
I don't understand you're saying a lobbying firm he hired. The government has hired no lobbying firm to target anyone. So the premise of your question is wrong.
Okay.
You need to go and come again.
Okay, sir.
You need to go and come again and come with facts.
So,
don't come with your make-up stories.
No, sir.
Let me speak. Don't come with your make-up stories for your own political narrative that your news agency is geared towards.
The U.S. lobbying firm is being paid by the People's Progressive Party civic government through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, $50,000 US per month. Continental Strategy LLC, the U.S. lobbying firm, confirmed with the United States Department of Justice that it was hired by the government of Guyana as a foreign agent on a 6-month contract.
I'm not attacking you. I'm asking you.
I'm asking a basic question. And what is the correlation between
what is the correlation?
And the Venezuelan president?
I don't know.
I've seen the tweets. I've seen the documents.
That is what the lobbying firm says in its filings of
Farah. Listen, I saw the tweet too, and the tweet is very clear on what the congressman believes is the correlation. I can read it. But the lobby.
The We Invest in Nationhood leader Azruddin Mohammed on Monday denied claims by United States Republican Congressman Carlos Gimenez that he is a puppet candidate of Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro for the September 1, 2025 general and regional elections. He accused President Ali of using state funds to smear political opponents through the foreign lobbying campaign to falsely portray him as an agent of the Maduro regime.
The government of the People's Progressive Party does not need state resources to run our campaign. We are not using any state resources to run our campaign. Our campaign is run by the People's Progressive Party with all resources supported by the humble people of Guyana. And we are strong, we are ready, and we will defeat every force that is ahead of us.
I appreciate your response.
The Win presidential candidate said he's also currently in consultation with his legal team about pursuing civil and criminal action against the government of Guyana for issuing and financing false claims through a registered foreign agent. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Government has announced that India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be awarded Trinidad and Tobago's highest national award upon his visit, the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. TTT News has more.
The Office of the Prime Minister said the award will serve as a tribute of the nation's appreciation for Prime Minister Modi's outstanding contribution to the development of Trinidad and Tobago and service to the region and wider international community. It hailed Prime Minister Modi's leadership for fostering closer ties in the 63-year relationship between Trinidad and Tobago and India at both the bilateral and multilateral levels, and noted that his leadership has also resulted in strengthened relations between India and CARICOM. Prime Minister Modi has also received several international and regional honors and awards.
Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago's Energy Chamber welcomes recent comments by Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Monilal on the ease of doing business in the country's energy sector.
The chamber acknowledged the minister's recognition of concerns raised by small land-based oil companies and their offshore counterparts over the competitiveness of the fiscal regime, a matter that Dr. Monilal is prepared to address with careful consideration. The energy body reaffirmed that it is willing to collaborate with the Ministry of Energy and other government entities on key areas. This includes boosting oil and gas production, improving the approvals process, and advancing fiscal reform. The release further highlighted the minister's reference to a 2020 study commissioned by the chamber, which found that reducing the time between bid rounds and first gas by 1 year could increase in the net present value of a typical shallow water offshore gas field by approximately $120 million. In short, the chamber said streamlining approvals could lead to greater value for both the government and energy operators.
Still from Trinidad, the Minister of Trade, Industry and Tourism, Senator Satyakama Maraj, is resolute in his commitment to transforming the country's economic outlook through innovation and diversification.
Using the resources already available, making Trinidad and Tobago more attractive to foreign business.
Our focus is on generating national revenue, earning and preserving foreign exchange, and attracting both local and foreign investment. We are committed to supporting and strengthening local businesses and institutions, creating meaningful and sustainable jobs, while advancing our technological capacity and skills development.
Minister Maharaj said there is no evidence that the previous government made efforts toward the diversification of the country's economy. He said his ministry inherited a discontented business sector and an environment not conducive to good private sector relations. This, he said, will be addressed in the short term. Succeeding in this, the minister said Trinidad and Tobago will graduate to first world status.
Economic indicators are spiraling downward. That's the reality. I am not in the here for theater or for graphics or branding. I'm here to tell you what the reality is. We can either continue heading in that downward direction and becoming a nation of traders and a failed state, or we can change course and steer our country towards first world status.
Highlighting the Tobago tourism industry and Trinidad Carnival as examples of avenues that will be explored to bolster the economy, Minister Maharaj said it is not business as usual and bold steps will be taken to ensure long-term growth.
With bold leadership, strategic clarity, and unified national action, we will secure her economic future, not only for today, but for generations to come.
Minister Maharaj promised there is a major project in the pipeline that promises to transform the economic landscape, changing the economic trajectory in a positive direction. Ayana Carter, TTT News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.